from a biologic perspective, the non-nutritive sweeteners are relatively benign. I think the complication can be when you're having cookies, ice cream, treats that have non-nutritive sweeteners as the sweetener. The perception is that this is like a free ride. So if it had real sugar, you might only have a bite or two. But if it is sweetened with stevia, xylitol, you're like, oh, it's free. I'll have 2 or 3 pieces of the cake, pie, cookies, ice cream. So they can lend themselves to overconsumption. That's my only concern. But having a small amount, even during a fasting window, I don't think it's offering a super physiologic spike in insulin or glucose or leading to changes in fasting physiology. Great question. We get excited about these novel compounds, whether it's metformin, low-dose rapamycin, but I think all of us shouldn't even consider that until we're lifting weights 3 to 4 days per week, walking after meals, prioritizing exercise, and then maybe microdosing these things periodically and not doing them long-term, but focusing on exercise. You mentioned, will I live longer? Yeah. A new study found that people who preserve lean muscle mass are less likely over a 5-year period of time to have a heart attack. So I think the best thing that we can do is move our bodies and work on preserving lean mass throughout life. Grip strength. Sean Baker shared a lot of studies over the years about independent correlations with grip strength and all-cause mortality. So I think we should focus more on that, getting stronger, getting more physically fit, and not worrying about the potential or the potential benefits of these compounds that, as you just heard, do have side effects and complications, depleting B vitamins and much more. But great question. Let's go back over here. There's been some studies in Europe looking at children that drink unpasteurized farm milk, and they have compared to control groups where children are drinking ultra-pasteurized, homogenized milk, they have a lower prevalence of asthma, atopy, and allergies. So I think specifically in the context of raw dairy, if you were to choose ultra-pasteurized, homogenized dairy versus raw dairy, there probably is some health benefits. And the concern about listeria and other infections are probably quite low, so long as the sourcing, like Sean said, is good. So in that context, I think there's benefits, but obviously, as Sean alluded to, none of us would have been able to be fertile and procreate if eating cooked meat was damaging to fertility and building muscle and health. So I think with dairy, we're not cats, so dairy probably matters and species-specific context matters. But great question.
Thank you.